Hello, strangers. Welcome to Albert Reads the Hits. I am Albert Strange, and this is the secrets behind the number ones. Now I'm in the 2010s. This is the third number one song of that decade, and it is from Taio Cruz. The song is "Break Your Heart," and it was number one for just for 1 week in March of 2010. It was March 20th to March 27th. So let's get right to it. All right, let's get to the lyrics. Now, I may not be the worst or the best, but you gotta respect my honesty. And I may break your heart, but I don't really think there's anybody as bomb as me. So you can take this chance in the end. Everybody's gonna be wondering how you deal. You might say this is ludicrous, but Taio Cruz, tell her how you feel. Now listen to me, baby. Oh, oh, oh. Before I love and leave you. Oh, oh, oh. They call me heartbreaker. Oh, oh, oh. I don't want to deceive you. Oh, oh, oh. If you fall for me, I'm not easy to please. I might tear you apart. Told you right from the start, baby, right from the start. I'm only gonna break your heart. 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 Whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh. There's no point trying to hide it. Oh, oh, oh. No point trying to evade it. Oh, oh, oh. I know I got a problem. Oh, oh, oh. Problem with misbehaving. Oh, oh, oh. If you fall for me, I'm not easy to please. I might tear you apart. Told you from the start, baby, from the start. I'm only gonna break your heart. 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 That's all I'm gonna do, woman. Listen, now I'm gonna break your heart and shatter and splatter it all into the little bitty pieces. Whether or not you get to keep it all together, then it's finders keepers and losers weepers. See, I'm not trying to lead you on. No, I'm only trying to keep it real. You might say this is ludicrous, but Taio Cruz, tell her how you feel. Hey, and I know karma's gonna get me back for being so cold. Hey, like a big bad wolf, I'm born to be bad and bad to the bone. Hey, if you fall for me, I'm only gonna tear you apart. Hey, I told you from the start. Hey, I'm only gonna break your heart. 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 Whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh. So that was Taio Cruz, Break Your Heart. This is a song that I was familiar with, at least the chorus. I knew the break your heart. I was familiar with that. I didn't know anything else. I didn't know that it was a duet with Ludacris. I had heard, I'd known who Ludacris is for a long time. I can't really name any songs by him, but I know he exists. I know who he is. I knew who Taio Cruz was because if you remember the movie Rio about the birds in Brazil, he had a song on that soundtrack that I really liked. I thought that was a great song. That was what was it called? "Telling the World." It was in the end credits for Rio, which I think is probably one of the best DreamWorks animations because their stuff it doesn't measure up to Pixar's. But I thought that Rio was a good movie. I never saw the second one, and I hadn't watched the first one in a while either. But I watched it a lot around 2010, 2011, 2012 when it had come out. It was 2011 when it came out. That's not important. But I was familiar with Taio Cruz because of that movie, the song from that movie. But "Break Your Heart." Let's get back to the subject at hand. "Break Your Heart" was written by Taio Cruz and Fraser T. Smith. Originally, Cruz wrote it for Sheryl Crow, excuse me, not Sheryl Crow, Cheryl Cole, not All I Want to Do Sheryl Crow, Cheryl Cole, who's now just known as Cheryl. I don't know who that is. I looked her up. She's a singer, British singer, EDM stuff, club music, that kind of stuff. From what Cruz said, he contacted her or her label and they never got back to her. Another person said that they just outright rejected it. So Cruz rewrote it for a man and recorded it himself and put it on his second album, and it was It was the first single off of his second album, and it went to number one. I mean, good for him. It was originally released in the UK in September of 2009, and it wasn't released in the US or internationally until February 2010. So it was released in the US in February 2010, hit number one about a month and a half later. Ludacris was added to the US single. He has I think it was two verses in here. And the record label wanted to add him because they wanted an American rapper with chart credibility. So I suppose it worked. You know, made it a number one song. It had already been popular in the UK, but you know, hitting the U.S. top, hitting number one in the U.S. is different from hitting number one in the UK. The song itself, it's just it's a warning. You know, I think it makes a little bit more sense for a woman to be saying this to a man, but it works with whatever he did to rewrite it. You know, this is a guy who's from Cruz had a quote, and I'm paraphrasing here. It's about a single guy who's trying to remain single. If he gets involved with women, he gets involved with them, but they're not. He's not looking for any sort of relationship, and I can read that in the lyrics. You know, just his first verse, because the first verse is sung by Ludacris, but his first verse. Now listen to me, baby, before I love you and leave you. They call me a heartbreaker. I don't want to deceive you. So he's up front. He's up front about what he's looking for. You know, single and mingle rather than he's looking for a girlfriend or any sort of partner. And it's a good song. Like I said, I was familiar with the chorus, the break your heart, and I don't know how often I will listen to this song, but now I know what song it is now. So it's something that I can go back to if I want to. I like this song more than the Mariah Carey song that was in yesterday's video. Taio Cruz, you know, that's two songs you got now that I like. You know, if you're watching, just know that. So that's what I have for you today, strangers. Again, this isn't a song I was super familiar with. I knew the chorus, and the meaning is pretty straightforward. So there isn't too much to parse out of it. Doesn't take you know, a degree in poetry and Shakespeare to figure out what he's singing about. But give it a listen if you're not familiar with it. I would be surprised anybody who was listening to music 10 years ago wouldn't be familiar with the break your heart. I mean, if something that I heard of that I heard, then everybody should have heard it. Yeah, that's what I have for you tonight, strangers. Do take a moment to like, share, subscribe. If you do subscribe, leave me a note in the comments saying, you know, I subscribed, a new subscriber here. I will reply to you. I've had some good back and forth with the people who have subscribed and have done that. Like nothing more than to interact with my subscribers. You can find me on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Again, I've been using Snapchat and Instagram stories a lot recently, so that's really going to be the best way to find out what I'm doing on the channel, and just maybe a little bit of behind the scenes and what my thought process might be and what I'm doing when I'm not recording videos. So yeah, as always, do tip your servers, tip your bartenders, tip your rideshare drivers, tip your delivery drivers. Whatever you normally tip, add a couple bucks on top of that. They will very much appreciate it. So strangers, let's see, the next song is going to be the first number one from the 2020s. I am deciding to jump into the 2020s. I was gonna wait a little bit longer, but I think there have been enough number one songs this year that I won't be catching up anytime soon. But I've listened to this song. I don't know anything about the singer. I don't know anything about the song. I can't really give you any teaser. I will just tell you this: it is not Post Malone. So go from there. All right, strangers. I'll be seeing you next time. Thanks for giving me a few minutes today.